Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the charges against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. I'll set your conditions of pretrial release this afternoon. That means your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if your bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you today. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. I will solemnly swear, affirm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please come forward to the podium. Kelly Acevedo. Afternoon, Kelly. What's your date of birth?
11/21/95.
Kelly, you're here on a charge of battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Doesn't matter.
Does it matter? Yeah, it matters.
Myself?
Okay, that's fine. State any history.
No, Your Honor.
And this is Miss Acevedo? Come on up. All right, come on. All right. And Miss, you state your name for the record, ma'am?
My name is Maggie Acevedo, sir.
All right, Maggie. And how do you know Kelly here?
Kelly, she's my adopted daughter. I adopted her at the age of 6. I love her crazy.
Okay, calm down, because this is going to go well for you, all right? So I don't want you to be nervous, okay? My understanding is that you would like to have Kelly come back home. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And are you afraid that Kelly's going to hurt you or harm you in any way?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you to get you to come here and ask me for this? Okay.
But one thing I have to tell you, Your Honor, is that Kelly and her boyfriend and baby were planning to get her taxes to move back to Tennessee. They just moved here in October.
Okay.
I gave them shelter from October until now.
Right.
If you do appoint her for another court date, she will have to stay here, which will be a longer time with me.
Okay, well let's do this. Let me do this. All right. So Kelly, you have plans to go to Tennessee, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me go ahead and appoint the public defender for you, because they'll be able to help you work out those details, so that if it makes sense for you to go to Tennessee, you can go, and you can speak to them. And we'll figure out what to do with this, okay?
Today is her baby's birthday. We're planning a party for her baby, second 2 years old.
Stop piling on, huh? If you make me cry, then that's bad for my rep.
And
okay?
on top of that, I came to jury duty, and I actually thank you for being the only judge that came say hello. I did. I remember you so well.
Okay. I made a good impression?
Yes, you
All
did.
Right, well, that's good to hear. Not everybody thinks that.
I did. You did, and I have four adopted. She was my last adoption.
Okay.
Kelly lost her.
Hang on. Let me get where I'm going, and you'll be happy. Okay. All right. I appointed the public defender. I'm going to say Kelly a $10 bond. I have to set a money bond on these cases, so $10. Okay. So for $10 now, when we're done, you can go down to jail. You can get her out and bring her home. Okay. Okay. I'm going to allow you to have peaceful contact, so she can come home. You guys can have contact. Kelly, it's always a crime to touch your mom any way she doesn't want to be touched. Now it could be a violation of your conditions of pretrial release to so much as raise your voice with her. Certainly you can't throw any more food at her. So you guys get along, and I'm sure you'll get a resolution to this case quickly that everybody's happy with, okay? So when you get out, Kelly, I want you to contact the public defender's office next week. Right away, you can just call there, tell them who you are, and they can start working on your case and figure out where we go next, all right?
Sir, does that mean that she's able to leave the state
yes,
or not?
I'm fine with her going to Tennessee if she gets it worked out, and the public defender will help me deal with that if that's an issue, all right? Okay. Kelly, you're going to be back in court on the 15th of March. Like I said, make sure you contact the PD when you get out, okay? Okay, $10. Go down to the jail on Spring Hill Drive and get her out, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Go get her.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. I hope y'all were listening to all of that. Cassandra Anzalone. Afternoon, miss. What's your date of birth?
11/8/88.
All right, Cassandra, you also have a charge of battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire a private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State any history.
I don't see any history, Your Honor, just a registration.
Okay. Something from out of state, apparently?
Yeah, even though NCIC said it didn't have anything.
There isn't anything. Okay, go figure. All right, and Cassandra, I have an address for you on Arvin Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
October 1st, 2016.
Okay. And Mr. Niederhelman, he lives there as well?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
I'm inside sales and support agent for Search Suppression Inc.
Okay. All right, Cassandra, we're going to set your bond at $50. Condition of the bond, however, is that until we get this case resolved, you're not going to have any contact with Andrew. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. Don't contact them through any social media. Don't go where he lives, don't go where he works, don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting him, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if he wants the contact, so if you answer your phone and hear his voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see him, you should turn around and run the other way. Oh, so the temporary's already there? Awesome. You need to understand that he cannot drop the charges against you. That decision doesn't belong to him. It belongs to the assistant state attorney who handled your case. So unless that person or the judge in your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. I'm going to have you back in court on the 15th of March. As far as the Arvin address goes, as long as Andrew's there, you'll have to stay someplace else till we get this case resolved. You can go by one time to collect your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever you need, wherever you plan to go. But to do that, you must contact the sheriff's office first. They will stop there and meet you there so that they'll stand by while you collect your things and get going where you're going. Make sure you contact the public defender's office after you get out, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adriana Valley. All right, Adriana, it looks to me like Judge Scaglione dealt with this yesterday, and I think we just didn't get our paperwork squared away. So he set you for a hearing on March 6th. I'm just telling you that you're going to be held without bond until then, so you'll stay at the jail until the 6th of March, and then you'll be back in front of him. Did he appoint the public defender for you yesterday? Do you want the public defender?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll appoint the public defender. Like I said, you're on no bond now until the 6th when you'll be back in front of Judge Scaglione. PD will come see you before then, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Kyle Bathan. Afternoon, Kyle. What's your date of birth?
12/2/97.
Kyle, the charges are loitering or prowling and resisting without violence. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender? I'll appoint the PD, State.
In 2018, He was adjudicated on a petty theft. Looks like more than one. Some stuff that was null prost. Trespass in an occupied structure or conveyance in 2018. Looks like there's 2 counts or charges for that, and that's it.
And Kyle, I have an address for you on Strawberry Lane in West Palm Beach. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
What brought you to Hernando County?
I'm working currently.
Okay, what are you doing for work?
I travel and I cater at events. I'm supposed to be working at the seafood festival today.
Okay. All right. You set your bond at $500 on each count. That's a total of $1,000. We'll have you back in court on the 15th of March. If you get out, you should contact the public defender right away, okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Richie Georges? Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
October 6, 1997.
All right. Richie, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. Apparently, you failed to appear in his court on a charge of possession of controlled substance. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Judge Toner set your bond at $5,000. I can't change that. I'm going to change your date. It looks like they told you March 19th. The right date is March 13th. So if you bond out, you'll be back in front of Judge Toner on the 13th. If you do bond out, you should contact the public defender right away. If you can't get out, they'll come see you before you go to court, all right?
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Eric Shahir. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
2/27/94.
Eric, you've got 2 counts of aggravated assault. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Stay with you, tell me.
Apparently, he entered a PTI in November of 2018 for battery on an officer or firefighter. He also has an adjudication in 2018 for a DUI second. In 2017, false ID given to law enforcement. Also in 2017 was the first DUI.
Okay. And Eric, I have an address for you on Resmere Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
3 years.
Do you have a job these days?
I do.
What do you do?
Sale.
Okay, what do you sell?
Aircraft parts.
Okay. Set your bond at $2,000 on each count. That's a total of $4,000. Condition of the bond is that you don't have any contact with Catherine Vasquez or Alex Cotto. Did you hear me explain no contact a moment ago?
Yes, sir.
Can you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Very good. I have you back in court on the 19th of March. Make sure that you contact the public defender when you get out, all right?
Sir, it's a question.
Sure.
Because I'm the only one that works in my family, and I got 2 kids and feeding 4 people. Is there any way of getting it reduced?
No, that's that, and I appreciate all of that, but the bonds are based on your past and this activity, not what your responsibilities are. Thank you.
All right.
Rhonda Story.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hi, Rhonda. Is this a time served dispo? Does anybody know?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And I think she took PTI earlier in the week. Is that something like that? Rhonda, did you just get on PTI in circuit court?
Yes, sir. I was supposed to be out, but then they didn't address the driving on suspended.
Okay. Well, I think it's possession of a suspended driver's license. Is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, Rhonda, I'm going to get you out right now. If you would like, you can enter a plea to that charge. We'll wrap it up today, and you'll be out today. Is that something you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19 CT34 as to the charge of possession of a revoked driver's license. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to 5 days in the county jail, credit 5 days served. Binding court cost is $488 for the public defender's office. I won't order costs of incarceration, as they should have done that in circuit court. That takes care of it, Rhonda. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you'll be released today.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Good luck to you. Joe, you got anything else for me?
Nope, that's it.
Awesome. Have a good weekend.